And now to new developments in a bitter custody battle we've been following. After years of fighting, New Jersey father David Goldman has taken another big step toward bringing his son home from Brazil. We're going to be speaking with David exclusively in just a moment. But first, NBC's Jeff Rosten has the latest. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Aaron. After all the setbacks, a major victory for this heartbroken father. The highest court in Brazil has ruled in his favor. It is not over yet, but no question, David Goldman is as close as he's ever been to getting his boy back.
David Goldman was there to hear it for himself. A unanimous ruling in Brazil's Supreme Court, 10-0. The judges will not block Sean's return to the U.S. The case has been prolonged beyond what is reasonable, one of them said. It's good news for David Goldman, possibly paving the way for a father-son reunion, 5 years in the making.
Hopefully we overcame another hurdle, and this will bring me a step closer to ending this tragedy and returning home with my son.
David's been to Brazil about a dozen times trying to bring Sean home to New Jersey. A Dateline producer is traveling with him.
Every day is a day lost with my son that we'll never get back.
But every time there's been hope, heartbreak has followed. Even with this new victory in Supreme Court, no reunion yet.
I hope it will diminish the time apart.
The case has been sent back to a lower appeals court in Rio de Janeiro. David's wife took Sean to Brazil in 2004 and never came back. From Brazil, she divorced David and remarried, dying in childbirth. Her second husband has been fighting to keep Sean there, and until now has been winning.
Bring Sean home now!
The fight sparked outrage from Americans.
Enough is enough, Mr. Speaker.
And congressmen.
The continued abduction hurts him. So that's why we're arguing it has to be done now.
Even Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has urged Brazil to release Sean.
We will continue to support Mr. Goldman.
This morning, new reason for hope with the prayer it doesn't end in heartbreak again.
His case is finally being heard by people who can make the difference after those 5 long years in the wilderness.
The new court date has not been set yet, but David Goldman's attorney told the judges time is of the essence, that the longer Sean stays in Brazil, the more emotional damage it does. Aaron?
Jeff Rossen, thanks. David Goldman is in Brazil and is with us exclusively this morning. David, it's a pleasure. I know it's early there as well. Let's start with your victory. Brazil's high court ruling unanimously in your favor. It must have been a pretty incredible moment for you.
Well, it was a relief, and I'm pleased with the decision, but there's still some grounds we need to keep marching through in order to bring my son home.
What happens next?
I understand that the case is back into the second level federal court, where there was also a stay issued, but I hope after yesterday's decision, unanimous decision by 10 Supreme Court justices, and some of them actually made remarks about their feeling on this case and that my son should have been returned to me a very long time ago. I hopefully the lower court will take that message and agree with the first level federal court ruling and bring this to an end and let Sean and I go home.
One thing that you spoke about was the emotional damage, the psychological damage perhaps that had been done to Sean. I know you had a chance to speak with him in the past few days. What is your sense of what might have gone wrong, what might have happened to him?
Well, it was finally exposed yesterday in the court that these people holding him have been basically waging a several-year campaign to turn my son against me and everything about his memory from his life with me back home in New Jersey. From saying things to him that his father's abandoned him and his father didn't love him, and I mean, they use the term parental alienation.
You had a chance to speak with him in the past few days. What happened in the conversation?
At one point, he said to me in this visit, I have 2 fathers now. And I explained to him, well, we have made some improvements then, Sean, because the last time they told you to call me David when you called me Dad. So I try to just take little by little what he says and comfort him, not get shocked I mean, he's in a terrible emotional environment, and so are the visits. When we have the visits together, the conditions are not fit or suitable for a father and a son. We are constantly under surveillance, and it is damaging to him and to us in these situations. Ultimately, he's my son. We have a connection. We want to laugh. We want to play. We want to do our natural God-given right to be father and son, and they're doing everything they can to prohibit that.
Well, David Goldman, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Good luck today.
Thank you. I hope it's over soon.